Greetings and welcome back to Victoria 2. So at the end of last episode we were able to get our first reform done, which allows us to make regular soldiers, these ones, infantry. They are about twice as good as irregulars. Now, while irregulars only required a bunch of wool, which was very cheap and easy to get, infantry requires small arms and canned goods. And I'm going to be stockpiling those because it might be rather difficult to get for me, especially during this war. Actually gonna have to wait probably for small arms. They are quite expensive at this time, though it doesn't really matter that much. I'm gonna stockpile a bunch as it is. So small arms are... how much do I need? I don't know. Let's stockpile about... let's start with 10. Let's leave off automate and confirm trade. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get any, but we'll have to wait and see. And we need canned goods, which is actually dropping in price once again, so that's good. Let's purchase 10 as well. There we go. I did. Okay, good. Right, and let's unpause. We also got a war going on here, and yeah, you see my budget plummeting. That's from all the stuff that I bought, which is actually good. That means that I bought something. Small arms, apparently. No canned goods. Yeah, we have some stuff going on here. So Austria lost Hungary, and they are back to war to regain it. And they're actually winning that one. Show wars. Oh, and the big war is actually over. It wasn't a very big war. A lot of people were involved, but the war goal was quite low. And we have a new upper house. Wonderful. So yeah, I guess Austria is gonna take back Hungary. Okay, so... I'm not sure why it's lagging. I didn't really find the source of it last time. Oh well. We were going to... no, if I drop it to 2, it's still gonna lag. A little bit. Oh well, never mind. So... yes, let's take a look at the stockpile. Okay, we did get canned goods. I'm gonna buy more. It's a pretty... well, maybe not pretty cheap, but cheap enough. And I have plenty of money, so that's all good. And I don't have anything else to spend the money on. So all this is at 100%, and it looks like my artisans are finally getting back on track. Only a small percentage of them can't get any goods, so they are getting there, which is nice. Alright, so... modernizing the army. I will start making modern troops in my capital state, just to be on the safe side. And because I know these ones won't rebel, Benin and Wari perhaps might, who knows. So let's disband a few things. Well, let's do it one at a time. Well, maybe not one at a time, a few at a time. So, Ife, we can get rid of you. Iptan, irregular. Yeah, I'm gonna do it 2 at a time. I don't want to drop my army too low. Europeans harassed. Ignore, round up the suspects. Oh yeah, this does cut back on my population. I'm gonna piss off great powers. Let's take a look. Lagos. Lagos doesn't have that many people, so... okay. Alright. I was going to select these and disband them. And now let's build some regular infantry here. Oh, I forgot. Apparently cavalry does require wine. Not sure why it doesn't show up in my government needs. Anyway, let's build some here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to build one back here. No, I disbanded one that I shouldn't have had in the first place. Let's disband another one. Let's see. Yeah, I can disband one of these. apparently I'm still... Oh yeah, now I can. Let's build some more regular infantry. Now we will slowly modernize the army, and then we should be forced to be reckoned with. Oh, finally the AI has spent my leadership points. That's good. How's this going? We are able to stockpile a lot of things. That's nice. And what about wool? No, apparently we can't get any wool. That's very odd. There should be plenty of it. In the meantime, let's purchase more small arms. Let's go up to 100. That'll spend about 4,000 pounds, which is acceptable. And let's set this one to 100 as well. No, actually, let's take a look at the needs of these guys. So they require what? Well, 16 of each. So they spent them at the same rate. So I'm gonna keep buying them at the same rate. Any other wars going on? No? Okay. I guess Austria is back with Hungary. Yes, it is. And my population is still dropping from all the cholera, which is terrible. I hope that it ends eventually. We still got some cholera down here. Unfortunately, the place where my army is, but I don't think that affects it in any way. At least I hope so. No, it should be fine. We're still making money, which is good. We will be spending quite a bit on the army. We'll see this going up quite a bit. I'm still getting a lot from tariffs, which is going up in efficiency, apparently. That's very nice to see. And there's still people with some money in the bank, but that's okay. And looks like my artisans have some issues again to get some goods. That might be why my income is dropping. Now they got all the goods again, and it's gonna go up. Yeah. Well, let's just let it go its course. There we go. We got some regulars. Let's move them to the army. And let's disband another one. These guys. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to afford a whole army of this, but I'll have to wait and see. Now slowly I should be getting up in military power as well, which will help me regain my rank. I was 78 a while earlier. I lost this to most of these states from China. There we go, another one. That's good. And infamy is still going down. Need about 6 more points until I can start doing another war justification, probably against RO. Who's my allies at the moment? Only Ashanti. Oh yeah, they were at war a while ago. Let's take a look. So it doesn't look like they lost anything. That's nice. And they do have a, well, not a big army, only 12,000 troops, but still. It might help in case I get to war against Sokoto, who has less army rating than me, so that's good. Let's merge all of these. I think those are all regulars. Okay, I still gotta regain some organization, which shouldn't be an issue. They should be able to get it all, because I do have all the goods stockpiled. As you can see, they need ammunition as well. Of course, they need ammunition. Forgot about that. So let's purchase this as well. Actually, they don't need that many small arms. So I'm gonna stop buying small arms. I got plenty. Okay, there we go. This was the discovery that I mentioned earlier, so luckily I can get it. And this means that my infantry is even better now. It does mean that I have a little bit more supply consumption, so this should be going up somehow. But it's very good. Let's unpause. Yeah, as you can see, it went up. So I don't need that many small arms, but I do need canned goods, which is basically their food. 100 more. It's not that much money. And I'm gonna need a bunch of ammunition, which is about the same price as canned goods. And I think I went to 200, so I'm gonna purchase 200 ammunition as well. That's the nice thing about having money. You can spend it. Later on, I'm gonna be spending that on factories and railroads and all that sort of stuff. But for now, I'm gonna be spending it on stockpiling goods that I might need. Another nice thing about stockpiling that is that if you're in a long war, you can simply drop this maximum stockpile, and then your troops will slowly eat away from the stockpile without you needing to repurchase it. So this will drop your total spending per day, which is good if you're in a tight budget for a while. This is something that Sokoto cannot do. They don't have rich lands. They also don't have a lot of very populated areas. For example, these provinces, 14,000, 12,000 people, well, 36,000. That's not even enough normally to even make one brigade. You need 1,000 soldiers for the first brigade, and if we assume that they might go for 2 or 3% soldiers, well, actually we see 1% here, so these ones can never make a brigade. Neither can this one. A lot of these lower provinces are very low populated and very poor. Most of his population is down here in this belt. So this does mean that his army isn't that big. Okay, let's move these guys up. Let's get rid of another unit. Yoruba warriors should be from my capital state. These are the ones that I started off with. Can make one right here. And my research points are going up nicely. We're getting more clergymen, and actually the amount of clergymen is about the same as my national focus. I might get rid of it because I'm automatically already making it so that we stimulate the amount of clergymen we have because of this budget slider. So I think I might switch around the national focus to something else. Not sure what. Let's take a look. You know what, let's encourage soldiers for now. I also have a slider that encourages them because I do have the budget up to 100, but that's 100% means that your population must strive to about 5% soldiers, which will be very interesting. I actually have a lot of room now to build a bigger army. So let's build some... Oh, well, let's just build them everywhere. My military power should be going up nicely now. Yeah, it's at about 8.7. I think it was about 7 or something before I started modernizing everything. And, well, nice. Population is going up. Means all the cholera is gone. Let's hope it never comes back. Sorry, I can't seem to speak properly today. So... Okay, so far so good. Any big wars going on? No, nothing. Well, I guess the UK and Denmark versus Prussia. I guess that's reasonable. Is Prussia going to invade? No. They actually can't because Denmark is blocking their way, and Prussia, except for Bremen perhaps? No, it's independent. So Prussia has no ports on this side of Denmark. And we have a new upper house. The Conservatives are losing, as they usually do, at least in the beginning of the game. Also, we're nearing 1850. That means that there's about 20 20 to 30 years until all the Western powers are gonna start nosing around and trying to take pieces of Africa. But by then I should be quite powerful. As I mentioned before, my irregulars will be reasonably competent to at least fend off the European powers. I'm also gonna have to assume that none of the great powers are gonna be stupid enough to send their whole army onto me. And if they only send a section, I might be able to win against them. Assuming that they don't bring a whole bunch of artillery, which they might. Still, if they want to colonize anything, I would only hope that they're smart enough not to go for me, because they will be losing quite a bit of manpower because of that. And I might even lose the war. Who knows? Anyway, we still got a little bit of time before that happens. In the meantime, will be Lagos, I guess I can get rid of as well. We got one Lagos, we got one. Yeah, let's just I'm gonna do it through here because I'm not entirely sure anymore which ones I got rid of. So Lagos, Akure, it's all good. So it doesn't take that long to modernize my army. I didn't want to do it all at once because then my army is gone and well, that would be bad. Since without an army I'd be open for invasion, and even though no one has a claim on me, but still. And also my army rating would be dropping, which would lower me in rank, which might mean that I can't get the goods that I need, and it might hurt my economy temporarily. Alright, let's send all these guys up. And how's all this going? Canned goods, isn't that maximum? Oh, it is, okay. Well, the price is fairly stable, so no, I'm gonna leave it for now. I wanna get more money. I've been spending quite a bit. How do I get more money? Well, the next reform is probably gonna be an economy one. And it's not gonna take that long this time to get, because my literacy is going up. I'm getting a lot more clergymen, so that's all very good. So how long would it take? 2.4, it's, no wait, 3 something something, that's per month or per day? That's per day, so yeah, okay. Trying to do math here. So 300 days, 3, it's about 1,000 per year. That means that I need about 7 more years or something to get the next reform. That's reasonable. Okay, let's merge all these guys. And we still have 4 irregulars left. I'm gonna get rid of them all because this army should be fairly good on its own. I'm also gonna be building an extra cavalry. Okay, there we go. And we can build 4 more. This is gonna cost me a lot, but it's necessary. And it'll make me very powerful. Military power should be going up nicely. Also, we did get the invention, so my attack is now 5, which is very good. If you consider the fact that his irregulars, and any irregular, will only have 2. Actually, did the irregulars get a buff as well? Oh well, they got half a buff, so I guess it's not all that bad, but still. That'll make me a lot more powerful than anyone that doesn't have flintlock rifles, which makes sense, because I'll be able to shoot people. Oh, wait a minute, I made a mistake. Let's get rid of this guy, and we need another unit of cavalry instead. Because I want to make sure that my reconnaissance is at 100% efficiency. And once I add a few more brigades to this army, it's gonna drop below 100, so I'm gonna need an extra unit of cavalry for that, which is totally fine. Alright. Unfortunately, this meant that I had to get rid of some of the more experienced irregulars, but I'd rather have green infantry than experienced irregulars. Not even sure what exactly the experience changes. Surprisingly, we're still making money, which is excellent. And canned goods is actually dropping now because we can't manage to purchase enough of it. Actually gonna... Yeah, we're spending a lot now, so I will be dropping the budget to about 50%. Now this does drop the organization level of my troops, which is not great, but I'll be upping that once we go to war. At 50%, by the time I do get attacked, if I get attacked, I should be able to get it high enough so that they are strong. Anyway, that'll put us back nicely in the green. That means that I don't need to mess around with tariffs too much. And efficiency is going up. Crime fighting should be going up as well, which is all good. I'm also not entirely sure what crime fighting exactly does, except for the fact that I would assume that it's good. Get rid of corruption and all that sort of stuff, so that should improve your income. Crap. Gotta spreads again. Benin. We got that -2%. Ugh. Well, just for once that we were in the green. When it came to population, we still got a whole bunch of cholera. Not even sure where it came from. It's sort of annoying that it just pops up somewhere in the middle of your nation without it having a source, unless any of these... Oh yeah, well there we go. That's where it's coming from. Ugh, well. Okay, we're down to 6. Oh, I'm getting a lot of money suddenly. A lot of tariffs, which is good. We still got no one complaining. Well, I guess this is going up slightly because of Western influences. Yeah, well, nothing much about to do that. Oh dear. Oh no, wait, never mind. I saw my flag, I thought it was something to do with me, which wouldn't have been good, but yeah, let's take a look. Crises. So these are all the flashpoint areas, and obviously red is bad, yellow is... Oh yeah, it goes from blue to red. So we got a lot of situations here in the Balkans, which is no surprise, honestly. There'll be quite a few wars involved in that, mainly because of this whole Ottoman versus Western nations thing. So this is the area where we'll have a lot of conflicts. But there's other conflict areas, but none of them are in a bad situation. Alright, let's continue. Oh, failed to get interest. Okay, so it wasn't a conflict at all. And let's take a look at the rebel factions. They're getting a rebel support, but no brigades joining. And these reactionaries normally are not an issue. The brigades that do spawn are irregular and very weak. I'd be able to crush them very easily. So yeah, as you can see, reconnaissance has dropped to 80% because my cavalry... I don't have enough cavalry for the size of the army. But we're making one. Actually, I'm able to build more now. Let's build another infantry here. I might be getting to the supply limit. Yes, I am. So I might split them up into 2 armies so that I can easily split them up when I want to. But when it comes to warfare, I do want to pile them up because something that I haven't mentioned before was... Well, I probably haven't mentioned a lot of things before, but still, the army width does matter. Let's go to military. Army width, combat width is right now at the 29, and it may be a little bit counterintuitive, but the more you increase in technology, the lower the combat width is going to become. And this is sort of to simulate the way that armies are a lot more specialized. And for now, so yeah, combat width is 29. That means that at most I can put 29 brigades in the front line. And you got two lines in a battle. You got a front line and the back line, which involves artillery and engineers. And only the people in the maximum combat width can fight. So in the front I have 29 people that can fight, and in the back I have 29 artillery that can fight. And the more technology goes up, the smaller the combat width becomes. Now this may seem odd because this means that you can put less troops in a fight, but when you go in a fight, it's the lowest combat width that counts. So if I, for example, were a highly advanced army with a combat width of 10, this means that I have 10 troops in the front and, for example, 10 artillery in the back. If I were to fight against, let's say, China, that throws about 1 million people at me, this means that all their weak troops, only the ones in only the 10 first brigades will be able to fight me. And that means that I'll easily win time after time. So this also means that you'll be able to split up your army in smaller armies later on, and you'll be able to create more color. You'll be able to place small armies in neighboring provinces and sort of make a front line similar to things in the First World War. So, for example, if you have a little army of 10 infantry and 10 artillery in each of these provinces, you can make it so that each of these are totally protected, especially if you also have a fort there, and it'll make it very difficult for the enemy to breach through it. So this was sort of similar to the First World War, where you had the French that sent most of their troops over here, and not a lot of troops in this area. Then you had the Germans that passed through Belgium to bypass their front line. So that's sort of how it all works. Okay, Clara. Let's take another look. Now it's Ife. Damn it. That's my capital. What do we have? -1. Okay, well, that'll have to do. Alright, well, anyway, I guess I'm gonna be ending this episode as well. We're making a lot of money, which is nice. Actually, a lot of money. Great. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.